What's up, guys? Welcome to Sweet Outdoors. I know, on the back porch. It's raining. It's humid as hell. Tropical depression or whatever it is out there coming this way. Messed up my whole plans. But I'm gonna bring you something today. Watching the YouTube, Dave Canterbury made this commissary soup stew that they made back in the Civil War. We're gonna try it. Stick around. Okay, basically commissary stew is beef stew. A few simple ingredients. We're gonna make this nice and simple. We're gonna make a small portion because I've already had lunch, but I was really jacked up about tasting this stuff. I love beef stew, so I wanted to give it a try. We got an onion, some beef bouillon cubes, a couple of potatoes. We got a handful of baby carrots and some celery. A little bit of seasoning, a little bit all-purpose flour, some water. And the star of the show, I'm not using stew meat. Sirloin steak center cut. Poor man's filet mignon. First thing we're going to do is we're going to move all these vegetables out of the way. They're moved out of the way. We're going to use this knife because this is a backpacking meal. You're out in the bush. Let's see. Angle you down. Try anyway. There you go. I think you should be able to see that. Okay, now that I checked my angle, let's tear it open. We're not going to use both pieces. Like I said, single serving. And we're just going to cut this into small pieces. That way it cooks faster. If I was out in the bush doing this, it'd be slow cooked anyway. So the size of the pieces wouldn't really matter to me as much. But there we go. Slice them into nice small pieces. The recipe that he was doing looked really good. That's why I had to, it was been on my mind all night. I just watched a video yesterday and I was just excited about trying it. There's our meat. So now let's go ahead and slice up our celery. Same thing, we're going to do small pieces. Not a lot in here. Very simple. Like I said, this is a recipe from the Civil War. Soldiers, and all of this all this information I'm giving you is what I got from Dave Canterbury and his Pathfinder outdoor videos. Great videos. Go check them out over there, Dave Canterbury. But the soldiers in the Civil War basically didn't have much food that they could carry. Very little. But when they would be at camp, the camp cook would have more options, and you would get stuff like this. So basically, when you was at camp, it was a treat. I mean, you could only imagine walking around back then scared for your life, for one, and basically eating what you can. Now, as far as the meat is concerned, you can use pretty much whatever you like. I'm sure back then there was probably more deer and bison in the recipe than actual beef. Whatever they could get their hands on. I bet this would be pretty good with some squirrel or some rabbit too. Alright, we won't be using this whole onion, just a piece of it. And he actually has some pretty good cooking recipes on his channel, Dave Canterbury, that is. And you might remember him from, of course, Dual Survival, Dual Survivor, whatever it was called. I didn't watch it in so long. And if you follow my channel, you know that I enjoy cooking anyway. And I'm looking for recipes, simple meals that if you're backpacking, camping, something that you could just carry with you. Potatoes, onions, carrots, celery, no real problems carrying those. Your meat, you have to, refrigerate, of course, but you can always use beef jerky, canned meat, maybe some chicken if you want that. This knife is a little too thick to be used as a butcher knife, but it sure cuts. I mean, it works. It's just making me work a little bit more for it. I have a feeling this soup is gonna be delicious. One more tater. You say tomato, I say tomato. You say potato, I say tater. That's just me. I like to have all my stuff ready when I get ready to cook. That's why I'm going ahead and cutting everything now, because you still gotta get the meat going. And there we go. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring you up a bit, and we're gonna move this around a bit. And here's what we're cooking with. We're going to attempt to. I am going to attempt to make this recipe using this stove. First things first, let's get our meat, put it in our pot, a little bit of our onion in our pot. I sure hope you can see that. A little bit of the seasoning in our pot. This video is going to show what this stove's made of. We can turn that down. We're gonna add just a touch of water. That ought to help us. Alright, while we're waiting on that, we'll add a little bit of water. About a half a cup. To our cup. And a little bit of flour to our cup. What this is going to do, it's going to thicken up our stew. Alright. Ooh, it smells good. That's for sure. Alright, we got our stew. It's brown. We're going to go ahead, add our celery and our carrots, our onions. They kind of all caramelized together. I need me a cooking kitchen that's for show. Okay. See what this is made of. I didn't do that. I think it's possessed. I'm going to go ahead, add our bouillon. These little suckers are hard to open. Should have just got the bouillon granules. Alrighty. The humidity out here is not helping at all. So far, the Ozark Trail stove is working great. Bouillon number 2. What I'm concerned about with this stove is the size of the eye compared to the size of the pot. Okay. think we are ready for our mixture. And our potatoes. Man, this sure looks good, guys. Oh, I know. Hold on, I'll let you see. There. Let me stir it up there a little bit. Get her mixed up. We're gonna add just a little bit more of this here. Yeah, I know they didn't have this back in the Civil War. They had salt and pepper. I have salt and pepper in that. And it's got garlic and an onion, so they might have had it back then, just not in that form. So, okay. Check her out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to crank up the heat from what it says. Until we get a good boil. Man, guys, this looks so good. Look at that. Oh, that looks good. Pulling away. The stove kicking. But keep it boiling. It's thickening up there. Okay. Gonna add just a little bit of water. There. Oh yeah. Once she comes to a good boil, we'll turn the stove down to medium. Let it simmer. As you can see, it's a boiling away. Cutting them potatoes into small pieces was a great plan. All it does is lets it cook faster. These cuts of meat, the choice sirloin center cut, very tender. You can use whatever cuts you want. The only thing is, if you use stew meat, it does take a little longer to cook, even if you cut it into smaller pieces. I tell you guys, it smells really good. Really, really good. The Ozark Trail stove is working great. Like I said, I was a little worried. Size of the pot compared to the size of the cooking surface. Okay. Really got to worry about it falling off. Handle heavy. Once I put the water and the ingredients in, everything's fine. Alright guys, we're gonna let this cook. Next time you see me, we're gonna taste test it. Alright. Let's try it out. Come on over here, guys. Well, I'm having some problems with this dang camera. a little crooked, ain't you? And here we go. My spoon made a mess of my table. Yes, it is looking good, people. Okay. Oh, she hot. That's it. I should probably let it cool down. What it ought to do is probably gonna burn my butt. You can really smell that gravy from the flour in there. That meat's really good. Real good. Still hot. Okay. Now, hearty. Yes. A day like today where it's raining, or like when it's cold outside or something like that, this would be really good. But with the basic recipe that I just showed you, it's bland. It's a little bland. Some extra seasoning. I did add a little extra salt and pepper to the stew. Some mushrooms would probably be pretty good. Maybe some tomatoes if you like, you know, whatever vegetables that you like. But for an easy meal that you can put in your pack, a good sized potato, piece of an onion, maybe some roasted, you know, clove of garlic, carrots, you know, whatever. A little bit of meat, you got yourself a good hearty stew. It is really good though. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, shout out Dave Canterbury for showing this video, doing this video, give me an idea. Go ahead, like, subscribe, thumbs up, notification, download and share. Facebook, Sweet Outdoors, check us out. And yeah, I'm gonna do my best to give y'all some videos this weekend, but like I said, we got that storm coming in, and I'm pretty much hindered what I can do. Wanted to take the boat out and go fishing, but I ain't doing that in no storm. Really good. Be safe. God bless. Let's get outside, people.